The Promise Beneath the Rain. It was a cloudy afternoon in the small coastal town of Brighton Bay. The waves were gentle, the air smelled of salt, and the streets shimmered under the drizzle. Inside a cozy little cafe near the old lighthouse, a young woman named Emma Collins sat by the window, sketching something in her notebook. Her long brown hair fell softly over her shoulders, and her eyes carried the quiet depth of someone who had loved deeply and lost deeply too. Every day, at exactly 4 in the afternoon, Emma came to that cafe, ordered black coffee, and stared out at the sea. And every day she waited. The waitress, Mia, often wondered who she waited for. "Still waiting, Miss Emma?" Mia asked softly, placing the cup in front of her. Emma smiled faintly. "Yes, Mia." He promised he'd come back when the rain starts. Mia didn't ask more. She had seen that same look, the kind that holds hope and heartbreak at once. It had been 3 years since that summer day when Emma first met Liam Carter, a travel photographer who had come to Brighton Bay chasing sunsets and stories. Emma was painting near the pier when Liam accidentally spilled water on her canvas while trying to capture the perfect shot of a seagull. "Oh no, I'm so sorry," Liam had said, panicking. Emma laughed. "It's okay. Maybe the universe wanted a new picture." He grinned. "Then let me make it up to you, coffee." That one cup of coffee turned into a day of laughter, long walks, and endless conversations about dreams, fear, and fate. He told her about his travels, and she told him about her art. Both found in each other what they didn't even know they were missing: peace. By the end of summer, they were inseparable. He'd take photos. She'd paint them. They called it their art of love. As the months passed, Liam received an offer from a travel magazine in Europe. It was his dream job, but it meant leaving Brighton Bay for at least a year. Emma smiled bravely when he told her, "You have to go. You've worked so hard for this." Liam hesitated. "But what about us?" She touched his hand. "Love isn't about being together every day. It's about keeping the promise to come back." Before leaving, Liam gave her a small silver locket shaped like a raindrop. Inside was a tiny photo of them by the lighthouse. "When it rains," he said, "look at this and remember, I'll always come back to you when the rain starts." Days turned into months. Emma kept painting, kept waiting, kept hoping. Liam sent letters and postcards from Paris, Rome, and Venice. Each one began with, "My dearest Emma, the world is beautiful, but not as beautiful as the thought of you." Then one day, silence. No more letters. No more calls. Emma's heart sank, but she refused to stop believing. Every evening, she went to the cafe, watched the sea, and waited for the rain. Her friends told her to move on, but she couldn't. Love, when true, is not something you move on from. It becomes a part of you. 3 years later, on a cold September afternoon, the clouds gathered again. The cafe was half empty, the sound of raindrops tapping gently on the window. Emma sat there as always, tracing the locket with her fingers. Suddenly, the doorbell chimed. A man, drenched in rain, stepped inside. He looked around, then froze when he saw her. "Emma?" he whispered. She turned and her heart stopped. It was Liam, but not the same Liam. His hair was shorter, his face thinner, his eyes filled with something deeper, sorrow. He walked closer, trembling. "I kept my promise. I came back when it rained." Tears welled in Emma's eyes. You disappeared, Liam. No letters, no calls. I thought, he looked down, there was an accident in Italy. I lost my camera, my bag, everything. I was in the hospital for months. Memory loss, they said. I didn't even remember my own name for a long time. Emma covered her mouth, tears streaming down. He continued, a few months ago, I saw one of your paintings online, The Lighthouse. It brought everything back, every memory, every promise. She reached out and touched his hand, trembling. You found your way back just like you said you would. The rain outside grew stronger, washing away the years of distance between them. Liam smiled faintly. I thought I'd lost you forever, Emma. She shook her head. True love never gets lost. It just finds new ways to come home. They sat together by the window, their hands intertwined, watching the storm. The cafe lights glowed warmly against the gray sky. And for the first time in years, Emma's heart felt whole again. Liam reached into his pocket and pulled out a small photo, the same one from the locket. It was faded but still clear. Maybe, he said softly, some promises are meant to be kept beneath the rain. Emma smiled through her tears. And some loves are meant to last, even when the world forgets. The rain poured harder, but inside there was only warmth, forgiveness, and love, reborn under the same gray sky where it all began. Moral/message true love isn't about time or distance.